Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of The Clubs, your weekly compile of music, DJs and fashion. My name's Jessie.
And I'm Jade.
Now we got a special episode this week, don't we, Jade?
We certainly do. It's a girls only special, which means you won't see anything else but women on this episode. So make sure.
Then.
No, I want you to stick around because you've got some great interviews coming up. But first up on today's show, we have DJ Keys. Now, if you haven't heard of Keys, she's actually the 2013 winner of Sydney DJ competition, Your Shot, and a fantastic girl at that. Check it out.
Three things you better catch it. My mother used to say, people love to watch.
Hi guys, I'm now joined by a local Sydney DJ here, Keys. Keys, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Now, for the audience members at home who don't know you, which I'm pretty sure they have because you're a pretty big deal, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I'm just a Sydney local DJ, and I play at clubs in Sydney and rural areas and interstate basically. And I play a lot of like electro, progressive house, big room, but I also love house music and new disco styles. So yeah, that's basically it. So yeah.
Fantastic. Now we are doing an all-girls episode this week, as our viewers know.
Yay.
What is it like being a female in the industry?
I mean, I think a lot of people think it's a bit of an advantage, and it is in a way that you get recognised a lot easier. But I think I had this conversation actually with my best friend a couple of days ago, and I sort of came to the conclusion that it's hard for both genders in a way that, you know, as a female you get a lot of recognition because, you know, especially if you're like a pretty and attractive DJ, it's like, wow, okay, there's something different, you're very marketable. But in the same sense, it's harder to gain respect in a way, because a lot of people do think that you're just in it because you look good on stage. So gaining respect is hard, where I think for men, it's getting out there in the beginning is really tough. But there's automatically like a gained respect, which is a lot harder, I think, for women to earn. So it's, yeah, for both genders, I think there's a disadvantage and an advantage. So, but I mean, if you're good, you're gonna succeed anyway. So it doesn't really matter what your gender is. So I sort of steer away from like trying to promote myself as a female DJ, just a DJ first. Then when they go, oh, she's female too, that's cool, then that's cool, I guess.
So you're DJing, you're teaching. Do you have to do a lot of marketing and promoting yourself?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna say it, like if it wasn't for social media, there are a lot of gigs that I've had that I wouldn't have. And for sort of like events like Your Shot, if it wasn't for social media, they wouldn't really like be as successful, I don't think, as they are. I think a lot of people know that already. A lot of DJs, if you're not on Facebook or if you're not on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that and you're a DJ, you're crazy, because promoters and venues are looking in those areas and those like on social media for that.
Finally, any advice from yourself to some new or young DJs that are coming onto the scene or want to be a DJ and maybe look up to yourself? What advice do you have for the newbies out there?
You know, I think one of the big things to remember in terms of being a DJ is knowing your craft really well. So spend at least 2 hours a day if you're a newcomer, listening online to people's mixes, to what they're doing, asking DJs how to do different things, asking for advice. But also spend at least 2 hours practicing. Get yourself a good bit of equipment. Generally Pioneer CDJs and mixers are very popular, but if you don't want to go down that road, then Allen and Heath or any sort of production equipment that you think you're going to use live or whatever you want to do. But I think the biggest thing is know your style, know what you want to achieve in a set, and know the crowd that you want to attract. And it's sort of like, it annoys me a little bit is that people tend to play what they think everybody wants to hear, but I love seeing someone get up there and play something that they really love. Like, play the songs that you dance to in the middle of the night in your bedroom. Like, play
with your hairbrush.
Yeah, play the songs that you sing along to. If you like pop, then, like, I love pop, so if you love pop, find cool mixes of pop music. If you're really into indie, you know, do indie, because if you love it, the crowd reacts automatically to people who really love the tracks that they're playing. So I guess if you love it as much, you're going to be successful anyway, in a way, because people will realize how much you love it, and the followers that you want will follow you. So I think that's probably the biggest one, is to be proud of the songs that you like.
Thanks, Jay. That looked like an awesome interview. Now, guys, coming up now, we've got the gorgeous Ministry of Sound DJ Jezebel. Here it is.
Let's kick it hard.
Hi team, I'm now joined by Jezebel, aka Jessica Heap. She's a beautiful young upcoming DJ here in Sydney. Welcome to the clubs.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Now Jezebel, before I get into this interview, just before you came to this interview, you were actually off recording some brand new sounds.
Yeah.
What can you tell the clubs exclusively right now, without giving too much away, about these new beats, this new track coming out?
Okay, so just previous to this, I recorded an hour's live mix, which is in support of my new Soapbox signing. So I'm now a Soapbox artist. I'm very excited about it, and so I've recorded this live mix just to show everyone a little bit piece of me, I guess.
And what can you tell us about your work that you have been doing? What do you play and what's your style?
Okay, so basically my style sits in house electro. So, you know, anything from your commercial remixes to a couple of heavy bangers, yeah.
And whereabouts do you play? Any specific locations?
So I'm obviously based here in Sydney, so a lot of my stuff is from the Sydney area, but I'm starting to get a few gigs out regionally and interstate, which is super exciting. And I actually just came back from a gig in Singapore. It's my first international show, which is really cool, yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank
that's
you.
absolutely amazing. What was it like playing in Singapore?
It was incredible. It was a totally different crowd, but they reacted just as well, so it was so much fun. Yeah, it was awesome.
Fantastic. And what I want to ask you as well is, this is an all-girls segment here at the club, so viewers at home, they're sitting on the couch.
Girl power.
Yep, all about girl power. What is it like being a girl in the industry? Is it more competitive than your male counterparts?
To be honest, I think everybody's faced with just as much competitiveness as each other. Girls, sure, will find it competitive sometimes towards each other, but my advice to those people would just be to concentrate on yourself, focus on what you're doing, and the rest will just take place naturally, I guess.
And just earlier we were talking about competitiveness. Yeah. How do you keep your sets fresh? How do you keep that crowd coming back and really getting in there?
Definitely keeping on top of fresh tunes, so Beatport and SoundCloud. It's always easy to find some amazing stuff on there. It's always updated, early promos sometimes, which is awesome. But yeah, definitely keeping on top of Beatport is important, definitely.
Are there any DJs you look up to and you think, wow, you know, they're great DJs, and you're kind of drawing your music from them?
Yeah, definitely. At the moment, Nervo would probably have to be my main inspiration, just because they're two Australian girls and they're making it so far on the international, in the international market, as well as some great Aussie upcomers. Zach Waters from Melbourne producing some great stuff, really electric stuff, and you know, obviously you've got Tiger Lily, who's smashing the Australian and to an extent international market with some of her production. So yeah.
Fantastic. And where do you see yourself as an artist in 1, 2, or even 5 years' time?
Taking over the world, maybe? I think. No, I'm just going to keep on top of what I'm doing and just progress and keep learning, because there's always so much to learn. And yeah, that's probably the most important thing. Take advice where you can, but just remember who you are and take an individual road, and then, you know, grasp the paths of others as you go.
And that there was DJ Jezebel. We're going to a short break, but up next we have Charlie Rose, so don't go away. Welcome back to our All Girls episode. Up next, we have our interview with DJ Charlie Rose. She's just been signed with Push Play Agency, and she has a very mysterious mermaid aura about her. Here it is. Hi guys, welcome back to Le Clubs. I'm now joined by the very talented and the very gorgeous DJ Charlie Rose. Welcome to the show, Charlie.
Hey!
Now for our viewers that are sitting at home on the couch right now, do you want to tell us a little bit about your work, where do you play and what do you play?
So basically I play around Sydney. I'm an electro-based DJ. So basically EDM, bit of prog house, a little bit of commercial house. Look, I love all genres, so it goes everywhere. But my main goal is Tomorrowland, so one day I'll get there, but for now it's basically just working my way up and seeing where I can get myself and just like one step at a time. So at the moment it's Luna Nightclub, Candies hopefully soon, and where else? Kit and Caboodle, God, like so many different places, playing at Carmen's and yeah.
You just mentioned then that there are a lot of new artists coming on the scene, especially females. In the last year we've seen quite a rise in girl power,
yes,
as you would say, and we are doing a girl special here on the clubs. How have you found it being a woman in the industry?
It's such a difficult question, like for me particularly. This question, it almost bugs me because if you think about it, in any industry it's basically male dominated, so it is harder in any industry to be that person that stands above the rest. But I believe that with more girls coming in, the boys need to watch out because there's more of us and like we're coming in strong, and you know, we'll do good things too. So I think that as competitive between, it's more like a brother-sister thing, I think, when it comes down to it. Girls want to beat boys, and I think we'll make it eventually.
Are there any DJs or artists that you, in particular, that you look up to at the moment?
At the moment, oh goodness. It's hard at the moment because the whole industry is going through such a change in variety of music. It's not so much about the hard style and the bangers and more about the deep house.
Bedroom bangers?
Yes, bedroom bangers, dirty bangers, whatever you want to call them. They're bangers. You know, you don't walk into a club and go, deep house, bangers! It's just like how I've always seen it, and then now it's sort of deep house, prog house, big room, and I do really like the big room style and the progressive house. I'm starting to get into deep house, but you know, it's hard. Like, I like to vibe to it in my bedroom, that's about it. So yeah, I don't know, at the moment I guess my biggest influences are people like Danik and Dyer, like quite big names I sort of love to listen to and stalk. Hey. And I guess local DJs, so important, like hearing the new sounds that are coming out, and even the underground ones. I spend a lot of time on the internet trolling through other people's music and finding like all these little kids, like 15-year-olds who are rocking some really cool beats, and I really like to bring that into my sets and stuff, so it's really good fun.
Is there any other tips, advice, notes you'd want to give to maybe some new artists coming out into the scene?
Yeah, look, work hard, practice. There are so many people who don't practice, you can tell. Practice. It's like anything new that you do. You want to learn to ride a bike, you practice. So that's definitely important. Go out, meet new people, be friendly, let people know that you're there and that you want a part in this. And you know what? Take advantage of any opportunity you're given. If your friend's got an 18s and they want you to play it, It's good for you. So yeah, that's how I got here, so yeah.
Now guys, that was Charlie Rose. Coming up now, we've got the gorgeous and very beautiful DJ Starlight. Now she's only 19 years old and only been on the scene for about
8 months.
8 months, and she's already killing it. Guys, here it is, check it out.
DJ Starlight or Christine Colossi, welcome to Le Clubs.
Hi guys, how are you?
We are fantastic and we're very lucky to have you on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Now, tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get into the industry?
Well, music's always been a passion for me. I've grown up with a lot of piano, guitar, vocals, stuff like that. So turning 18, I just fell in love with the whole EDM scene, in Sydney especially. So that's how I've just gotten into it, and I've fallen in love ever since.
And you're only 19 years old and you've come...
I'm a baby.
And how long have you been in the industry now?
I've been DJing in clubs for around 8 months now, so been on the scene for probably a year. Around 8 months in the clubs now.
Fantastic. And you know, you're beautiful, you're young, you're gorgeous, you've got personality. What's it like being a girl in the industry? Are you finding it to be more competitive than, say, if you were a boy?
I think it definitely has its ups and downs. Like being a girl, to get into the industry, I would say it has been a little bit easier to break in because you are a girl, so you do get a lot of interest thrown to yourself. So just as well, I think there's a downside as well because a lot of people can underestimate you because you are a girl. So so it can be a bit harder. So you have to prove yourself. But if you're passionate, and I'm sure that will shine through with whatever you do.
How do you keep your sets fresh? So how do you keep that crowd and that audience coming in and really staying entertained?
I absolutely love doing my own mashups. So I spend a lot of time at home just like, you know, making things that people aren't going to be like aware of. So different drops and like, I don't know, just different vocals and things like that. Just, mashups.
And do you have to keep up with what's going on in the scene?
Yes, definitely. I feel that being a DJ, you have to be on top of everything. Like your research, your knowledge, everything needs to be on point. Like I think that's what makes a great DJ, just knowing your stuff, to be honest.
And is there any tips or advice you'd like to give to some new DJs that are coming onto the scene and maybe don't know how to break into it?
I would definitely say never give up. That's a main thing. Like it can be very difficult and it's very competitive out in this industry. So just never give up. Stick at what you love. If you're very passionate, I'm sure that will take you a long way. And just be open to suggestions. Be open to just information that comes in about the industry and just like try and grow from that.
Okay, and Starlight, where can we see you next?
I'm sure you'll see me around the cross somewhere, hopefully DJing again at IB, Marquee, those prestigious Sydney clubs, and also, just catch me around Sydney CBD. Hi guys, you're here with DJ Starlight and you're watching Le Clubs.
Now guys, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up after the break, we've got the Fashion Files. Stick around.
Welcome back to the show. Up now we have the Fashion Files with the lovely Jessie.
Me. Now guys, at home, if you've wanted to know what it'd be like to be a model, or you actually thought that you have what it takes, I had an amazing interview with Amy from Chic Model Management. Here it is. Hey guys, and welcome to the Fashion Files. My name's Jessie and I have the pleasure of interviewing one of these amazing model scouts from Chic Model Management. How are you, Amy?
I'm very well, thank you.
Now, Amy, for all those girls out there and guys that have always pictured themselves on the runway of, you know, Chanel or Louis Vuitton and all that, where do they start off?
Well, places like this, really. We're here today scouting, looking for new talent, undiscovered talent. And that's a really good place, sort of getting out and about. But yeah, it's sort of...
What makes a good model?
Well, they kind of have to be tall. So that's the starting point.
So what would you say the minimum like size?
We have a minimum height requirement of around 173.
Yep.
Now girls sort of may grow really fast when they're younger, but they also continue to grow until they're maybe about 19.
Yeah.
So look, there are exceptions to the rule. There are some really, really successful models that are a little bit shorter, but majority, if they want to be on the catwalk, they've got to be 173 at least.
At least.
But hopefully taller.
So obviously, Australian has some amazing models. Abby Kershaw. We've got Cody Young overseas at the moment as well. She's killing it. Is there any up and coming new models in Australia that we should be watching?
Of course, we've got all of the best models at Chic. Nicole Pollard, who is one of our amazing faces. She's the current face of Zara. She's done Marc Jacobs. She's done can't even name them all. Stephanie Field is an amazing girl that's up and coming at the moment. She's doing really well in resort shows. Whoever. Cheyenne, Tozzy, we love Jessica Gomes, of course, the face of David Jones. Montana Cox.
Montana, the winner of Australian's top model.
All these gorgeous girls behind you here all are Chic girls as well. We want people that are really lovely girls to work with. If we send them out to our clients who are really important to us, that they're going to be representing the agency really well, that they're nice people to deal with, and that at the end of the day makes my job so much easier. If the girl's a lovely girl, then being polite and remembering people's names and just being courteous is almost as important as all the other things.
It is a tough world, modelling. Is there any advice you could give to people out there wanting to get into the industry that are going in it with this such attitude, scared and like? There's
so many things. Obviously, don't be scared. If you feel that you have something to give and you're really, really interested in it, definitely pursue your passion. I mean, there are things that I always like to see. I don't like to see girls wearing a lot of makeup. Obviously, look after yourself. So many young girls have such long hair, and with modelling, it really isn't practical. Hairstylists need, hairstylists need, texture, and if it's too long, it's sort of, that's one of the things I always find. Obviously, looking after your body, making sure that you eat healthily.
Eat healthy.
That shows in everything. You can. Girls that go out and think that they can sort of party and drink, and I know straight away just by looking at their skin, you have to look after yourself. It's a whole body thing. Your skin will shine, your eyes, your hair. And just in terms of, getting into the industry, it is really hard. But if you do work really hard and you've got potential, then, got every chance as anyone else, really.
Jessie, I really love this week's segment of Fashion Files.
Now, guys, please stay tuned for up and coming weeks where we cover the whole of Sydney Fashion Weekend. We've got some amazing interviews with some amazing designers.
That's right, but right now we have DJ Deluxx. She's going to tell you at home, sitting on the couch, what's on in Sydney this week. Take a look.
Hi guys, I'm DJ Deluxx and welcome to this week's edition of What's On the Clubs. This week's edition is your Queen's Birthday Long Weekend special. So all events tonight are on your Sunday night to ensure your long weekend kicks on in a very large way. First up, we've got the 10th anniversary of Kink at the Art House Hotel. So to celebrate 10 years of the doors opening at Kink, they're pulling out an absolutely awesome lineup of Sydney DJs. So the lineup includes Ben Morris, Seamus, John Glover, Fingers, Tom Piper and Tricks. If you are a regular at this club, or even if you want to catch a hell of a lineup all under one roof, this is the venue for you. Next up, we have Ever After at Ivy. So long weekend events at Ivy never fail to pull out the big guns, and this event is no exception, showcasing an absolutely massive lineup of both international and local DJs and producers. The headlining acts include Chainsmokers, Zed's Dead and Ty, with local supports including Brat Pack, Starfuckers, Platform 19, Nat Noise and Terrace, and plus many, many more local DJs. For a full lineup, check the web. If you want to get down to this event, get in quick. Tickets are very limited and selling very fast, so if you want to get in quick. Lastly, on your long weekend, we've got an event brought to you by Repeat Sundays at the World Bar in King's Cross. Headlining this event is James Curd and Danny T, and you've got supports by Deckhead, Fingers, Dylan Sanders, Mitch Lowe and Them Again, plus many, many more. This event is going to be bringing you the best electro house deliciousness you can find, and it'll be kicking on well into the wee hours of the morning. If you want to get down to this one, it's going to be a cracker of a night. So that's it from me, DJ Deluxx. I hope you have a fabulous long weekend, and remember, go hard or go home.
Now, guys, that's all we've got time for today. Now, if you haven't, please do. Please like us on
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Oh my God, our new website, JessieLeClubs.com. But for now, I'm Jade.
I'm Jessie.
You're watching
Le Clubs.